Okay, before I get into the episode itself, I just need to rant for a second because I am so sick of that like Kettle One commercial with Patrick Schwarzenegger that they keep playing before every single episode as an ad. Like I get the vibe that it's supposed to be like sexy and like transport you to like Thailand and all that. But when you have the actor who is playing a major creep on the show that you're watching and like actively is like oogling girls and like that's like not a good thing when he's doing that, to then have him in the ad be like staring at a girl that comes into the bar and being like, hey, like it just doesn't work. And it's not anything against Patrick, it's just literally the character and him back to back. It is just so weird, like the cognitive dissonance, and I need some more ads. Let's throw our girls in like a Lululemon ad. Let's throw someone else doing something else and just move on from it, please. But yeah, I am here to watch episode 4 of season 3 of The White Lotus. Things are heating up specifically for Timothy, our dear friend. He is not doing great at all. I saw a great thing too online that someone was saying Pam, who I love Pam, like our girl Pam, everyone's hero Pam. Her name is like the laws of Pram, like it's similar to what Victoria and now Timothy seemingly are addicted to, and I just thought that was a really fun detail. So things are gonna get intense this episode. Things are gonna get a little more bad for Tim, and we're just gonna see what happens. So yeah, let's check it out. I'm so excited for him to get here and like Belinda to have someone in her corner, but I'm also terrified because we know what happens when he gets here. I don't know how long of a gap it is between when he gets here and what we saw in the first episode, but it's stressful. It's stressful for sure. Valentine definitely set him up for that, and I stand by that. I swear if it's just gonna be like, so we got a gun, I'm gonna be like, bro, how is that gonna help anything? But I guess that makes sense for why there is a gun there, so. I knew it. That's the universal solution. It's never like we need more cameras, maybe a stronger gate than just like something that you can literally lift up. I feel so bad for him, and I feel like he's doing this for Mook because it's like he really wants to impress her and everything, and I just feel I do not feel safe about his odds come the end of this. Oh, he's so annoying. Yeah, she pops those things like Tic Tac, so I really don't know how he didn't think she was gonna realize what's going on. I feel like Saxon again didn't react appropriately to that. Like the other two did. Oh, there's the monkey again. But you know what I mean? I feel like the other two were like, that's disgusting. What the heck? We don't want to see that. And Saxon was just like, haha. I really, really don't want her to die, but I feel like, I don't know. Unless they're like trying to subvert it of like, oh, she has all these like clues that she's gonna be the one to die because she's almost died multiple times at this point, that they're gonna be like, ha, just tricking you. But then I also feel like they'll think that we think that, right? That we're like, ha, she's safe. Like, of course it's not gonna happen. And then it's gonna happen, you know? Oh, please. Well, it already did. So, get a new motto. Oh, poor thing. The way her face changed so quickly, I love it. Oh, I just really, really like them. Like, I think they're just really, I don't know. I want them to work out, like I said. I think he does care about her as much as he acts like he doesn't, and she really, really cares about him. And I just think it's cute. It's cute. Oh, that's so nice of her. See, she's just the best. Like, anyone else would not do that. That's so sweet. Look how stunned he is. Oh, I really hope he learns something from this, like take something with him. That is so sweet of her. I really hope she's okay because we did see her and then she ran away come, what may, but I really hope she's okay. She's really nice. I was reading an article too that said like Chelsea and Rick, like they have fun. It's like just like this particular location because of the connection with like whatever he's trying to figure out with the owner's husband, like is just depressing everything and bringing the mood down. But like they do genuinely like have fun and like each other. So I hope we can see that more. I feel like Saxon could end up dead because of like being involved with Chloe and then like Gary Gregg taking that out on him. But also, are they gonna do a full other season with Gary Gregg getting away with all he gets away with? You know, like I feel like at a certain point, I know the show is like bad people getting away with things usually, but at a certain point, I feel like it has to catch up with him, especially with all we've been hearing about like karma and spirituality and all that. Like I feel like it has to catch up, right? I didn't even realize, but they don't like the Radcliffes don't like him, and he doesn't like them. And now they're stuck on a boat together. That's not gonna go great. Even though I feel like Tim is a very different guy than last time they interacted. Remember how he acted like he was so better than Rick too? And even Victoria was like, yes, like, you are a good man, you're smart, you're rich. And it's like, okay, bud. The way he dry swallows pills freaks me out, and it has since the beginning. Ugh. Okay. I know the man is clearly not in his right mind and thinking, right? But how does he think he's gonna get away with that? Like, she's gonna notice, and she's probably gonna either blame the kids, which she already kind of did, or someone on the boat, and then it's gonna lead to this big confrontation. Also, I don't know how dependent, I know she says they're non-addictive, but I don't know how dependent she is on them. And if she gets cut off cold turkey, that might not be good either. There's got to be something there about like these people who seem to be having a lovely vacation, I will say, are like, oh, we couldn't get into the White Lotus, like we wanted to see it, but like we weren't fancy enough or whatever. Versus Jackie, like who's at the White Lotus, this exclusive luxury place that people want to get into, and was like, not for me. Like I need to get out and do something else, and went to where these guys are. Like I just feel like it's showing that maybe she's not satisfied no matter where she is. Like she just kind of has to do something, especially now that her husband's not texting her back. She just has to like go out and like do something, but that could lead to like repercussions of it. What? She's acting like they're like about to be kidnapped. Like it's just a bunch of older people. It's fine. I like how the other two don't even care or notice. Like they just want to have a nice time with each other, and she's like wanting to be, I don't know, the life of the party, relive like when she's younger. I don't know, but it's like, it seems like a lovely place. And I don't know, again, I'm a vacation person that I want to go on vacation and relax. So like this seems wonderful to me, laying out by the pool and everything. Because you went to the White Lotus where people go for like relaxation and meditation and all that. So of course he sent you when you're like, oh, we want to do something else, to like another calm place like that. It's like, you know what I mean? You're not going to go cave diving and then be like, hey, we want to do something different today. And they're going to be like, all right, so we're going to take you on a tour of the library. Like, they're very different things. Her face. I can't. I didn't like her last episode. She's kind of winning me back again. Is she judgmental? Yes. But I also feel like she owns that. She's like, yeah, I'm judgmental, you know? The only thing I don't like is how she treats Saxon, because that man is a walking red flag and she should put him in his place. Call it. I mean, we all kind of knew it when she went and visited the place, but I didn't even think she was going back. I thought she was gonna be like, actually, guys, I'm staying here. Like, I didn't know she was gonna finish school, so that's better than I thought, at least. He's just the worst. Like, I actually really like Piper, and yeah, maybe she'll disappoint us, but as of now, she's done nothing, and I actually really like her, and I feel like she is one of the few people, aside from maybe Chelsea, that is like actually down with like what this place is. You know what I mean? Like everyone is just like so offended that it's like a quiet meditation resort. And it's like, that's what you paid for. And I feel like aside from her and Chelsea, no one else is like embracing that and actually getting like irritated by it. And it's just wild to me. He's so funny. I do feel worried. I think they're like on a boat with a bunch of criminals, and that worries me that they're all gonna get caught up in something. She's so funny. See what I mean though about like, they're comparing them to like, you could compare them to Greg and Chloe, who we saw got in a fight and like he didn't even know that she's Canadian and not French, and all these other people who are just like, it seems like the girls aren't equals in the relationship, or like the guys are just like skeevy criminals. And then you have Rick and Chelsea, who I feel like, yeah, he doesn't tell her everything, but like I feel like he genuinely knows stuff about her. He cares about her. She cares about him. And like I feel like we just see that contrast so much between the other like relationships that have age gaps, and to me that shows like why they will last, hopefully. I feel like she's genuinely trying. Like maybe it's like the socialite in her of like, I have to interact with people and can't just sit in a corner. But I do feel like she could be a lot meaner to their faces than she's being. Yeah, but again, you don't go to the White Lotus if that's what you're looking for. Our butler? I don't think that's what he is. And I also just, I hate, because, like, listen, I will be honest, I'm a reality TV girl and I watch Below Deck. And one thing I always hate is when they, like, rope the, like, crew members into, like, doing stuff. Like, they have them do, like, talent shows for dinner or, like, dances and stuff like that. And it's always framed as, like, really fun and exciting. But I'm like, they're doing it because you're making them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it always just feels like, I think it's like you want people to be like, oh, treat the staff like your friends, blah, blah, blah. But then I think that very much gets misconstrued and you forget that, like, okay, even if you treat them friendly, like, they still can't say no to you. You know what I mean? So, like, them just rocking up to Valentine and being like, you're coming with us, you're our butler, and taking him, like, off the premise is an absolutely wild thing and so, like, privileged, I feel like. Oh, this is sweet. I feel like we never really see them interact. I mean, we don't really see him interact with any of his kids, actually, but that's so sweet. She is so sweet. I can't. He's gonna flip when she tells him that she's moving because I think he really, really cares about her. Oh my gosh. I feel like they did the impossible and actually made me care about a man who committed a white collar crime. And, like, is he gonna get what's coming to him? Absolutely. Am I gonna feel, like, a little emotional? Sure. Bad? Not really. But I'll feel, like, bad that, like, the family's being broken up or whatever. Just blatantly putting your arm, like, I feel like this man, Saxon, like, does not know what he's up against, right? I feel like anyone else, like, Rick even got Greg's number pretty quickly of being like, hey, like, that's a weird thing to be like, oh, I just did this and that and now I'm retired or whatever. And I feel like Saxon just thinks like, oh, old guy dating young girl's interested in me, I can swoop in and have some fun with this. And I feel like it's not gonna end well. And that is kind of what he's telling Lachlan too, of like, you're on vacation, like people just want to have fun and do whatever on vacation, that kind of like no repercussions idea, but like he doesn't know who he's messing with at all. Oh, she's just the best. I feel like he does care about her too, because right, how he was like, you can just go find some other rich guy to like mooch off of, and now she's saying like, I can't do this, like I'm gonna leave, and he's like, all right, I'll tell you. Oh, that's awful. Is there a chance he's not dead? I mean, I feel like that's awful to say because this clearly impacts him, but I'm just expecting twists, so. She knows. She knows what he's going there for. Aww. I really hope like some good can come of this and like we actually see someone heal and get something from this, you know? Because I feel like he's just carried this for so long and what the meditation lady said to him and now what she's saying, like I hope he really takes it to heart and just can move on and let it go. Have they never been around? They have children themselves, right? You tell a child not to do something, they're going to be like, all right, now I'm going to do that tenfold. She's really losing it this episode. Like, she always just seems, which I know was an act on all of their parts, so calm and collected, but I feel like she's kind of one of those people that I feel like has to have something happening, or else she's like, I'm gonna implode my life. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. See, if you had just like walked and been like, haha, I think it would have been fine, but instead you had to throw a fit and now everyone's like, oh, we're getting them. You know what I mean? Also, I'm sure it's extremely hot there. Like, that probably feels really nice right now. There have been vacations where I specifically was at like an amusement park and spent 30 minutes just like in the mist tower because it was so hot. You know how much I would love having people around with water guns? This is so funny. Like, it's children with water guns and they're acting like I can't. So she didn't know she was sad. I kind of figured that, but I still thought maybe there was a chance. I hope she realizes now, like, how much danger she really is in, you know? Belinda, you need to run. Like, I don't know. Part of me thinks, like, he bugged her room, maybe, potentially, or has been coming in and out of it. Another part of me thinks it's just going to be a reveal that, like, it's a monkey this whole time. But he's not going to want to let loose ends go, and she's a big loose end right now. See, is that a little shady thing to say? Yes, but again, I feel like she's trying to connect with them in the only way she knows how, and I do kind of respect that. I don't think he's gonna want to hear that, sweetie. Like, this has kind of been his whole life's mission. Does he even know, like, that he has bodyguards and all that? Like, you're not gonna get anywhere near close to him if you're really planning on that. I don't think he cares. Like, it's just another person to him, probably, if he's the guy that we think he is. Like, he's not even gonna probably know who his dad is. Oh gosh, please don't go with him. That's definitely where she would die for sure. She's trying to protect him. I also don't feel safe about her being off by herself, because I do think she's a little, like, trusting in a way, and I feel like she could just get caught up in this Gary, Greg, Chloe stuff really easily, and I don't want that. Like, I feel like if Rick's there, he can protect her, or at least put in his mind when he's like, they're bad people, like, put that in her mind, but he's not there, we're in trouble. I feel like they're doing everything they tell you not to do when you go on vacation, like just getting drunk with 3 strange men that you do not know. Like, that's just not gonna end well for the girls at all. Especially if Valentine is involved in this robbery somehow and they find out or notice something that they probably shouldn't. That's gonna be really bad. Pam, our girl, I love her. Oh, Pam, it's babe. Yeah, I was like, he's past that point. I'm so sorry, Pam. You don't get paid enough. I'm so sorry, Pam, too, to deal with this. People online are like, she has that, like, smile of, like, I hate you, but I'm being cordial, nailed to a T. Oh, she's so pretty. Full on just left the gun on the table, didn't he? Unlocked. I can't. How can I love this man, but how can I keep defending him? I feel so bad. Shouldn't have taken that phone call from Kenny. It was probably wiretapped like we all thought. This man stresses me out to no end, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can't. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? Oops, I lost the gun, and I don't know who has it. Oh, buddy boy. It's hard to defend, you know? I feel bad for him, but, like, they're gonna fire you for sure. He just has a gun now? That's a wild twist of events. I feel like it's definitely not going to be him and then just, like, shooting if, like, they're showing him have it, because I feel like it's going to be one of those things that, like, it probably travels around from people to people until, like, you actually realize who is in the thing that we're leading up to. I still love the theory that it's a bunch of monkeys. I think that's honestly hysterical. Belinda, not the public profile. I actually find that so unbelievable that someone in customer service would have a public profile for any guest to just look up. The music is so scary. Oh, there's the full moon too. I feel like this is like a very foreboding note to end the episode on. Like, it almost feels like a part 1 to a part 2 of like, hey, stick around and wait till you see what happens next episode. Because I think this is also not only the first episode that didn't end with like Mr. Radcliffe just like absolutely spiraling in bed, you know, because that's normally how they end. But I feel like it's also the first one that ended with like action to come immediately after. Like, I think normally they wrap it up and again, like, it's kind of the end of the night, everyone's winding down and like going to bed and stuff like that. This is the first episode where like they're literally saying action is to continue directly on afterwards, because the girls are still going out, Ratcliffe and all of them, Piper, they're out at dinner so they could still do something before the night's over. Our favorite employee of the month lost his gun, so he's gonna find that before the night's over. There's the full moon festival that Lachlan and Saxon and all them are going to. So I feel like there's just a lot, like, it's very in motion right now, as opposed to like every episode like before this has kind of feel contained in itself, if that makes sense, because it's like it has a start and an ending for the most part, whereas I feel like this one, like, definitely you realize a lot more is to come with this full moon party that's happening. So we'll see. There's stuff definitely being set in motion too, like I said, with like now Timothy has the gun. We've figured out what's happening with Rick kind of, and that's on the table. So I feel like now that a lot of the stuff that we were kind of guessing about happening, like I think people had like already guessed about a lot of like what was gonna happen about like Tim's addiction and stuff like that. Now that that stuff has kind of happened, is going to be the new stuff that like we hadn't prepared for. Like, okay, you figured this out and now we've confirmed it. Wait till where this goes. You know what I mean? So it was a really fun episode, but it definitely feels like tense now, waiting for what's going to happen next episode, because I have a feeling it's going to go absolutely bad, no question about it. So yeah, if you have seen this episode, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!